So I am excited to be here, show up. My last live did pretty well. It was a record for me. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. Today, I want to talk about what 6 years of building a business has actually taught me. On the 10th, I celebrated 10 years of my business, Financially Tone, which is a accounting firm that provides bookkeeping and accounting services to nonprofit organizations. When I started out, I was an accountant for all businesses, but I decided to niche down, and that's how I ended up on the path that I'm on. But today, I just want to talk about um, being a business owner for 6 years, what it has actually taught me. Um, I can't believe it's been 6 years actually, but it has. And I have been through a lot, client wise, emotions wise, imposter syndrome wise. But I am happy that I have made it this far because I know a lot of people don't. I made it past 5 years, and a lot of people don't. Um, yeah, so my motto for my business was always building a business on my terms. So every time I would have a call with like a prospect, who call them discovery calls, I would always tell myself like a little prayer to myself, like, Lord, please allow me to be myself. If this client is for me, it will be, and that I want to continue to build a business on my terms. And I say that before every single call. Hello, I'm responding to the comments this time. Yeah, but to build a business on my terms, it has helped me a lot with staying grounded and being picky on the clients that I take on. Because when I first started, I didn't care. I just wanted the clients. I wanted to grow, which has its place, right? You want the experience so that you can have proof of testimony to show other clients as you develop. But building the business on my terms has helped me as I've grown over the 6 years to get rid of problem clients or clients that don't fit me. I think it's important as you have a business to kind of have your own motto to live by. If not, I feel like you will fall for anything. So that has helped. Um, that has kept me grounded, I should say. Um, when I started my business, I said that one day I wanted to walk away from my 9 to 5. I always thought that it would happen on my own terms. Even though I did decide to walk away, it wasn't necessarily on the terms that I had envisioned, right? So it was like, yeah, my original goal was like, yeah, 5 years that I want. What was it? Actually, 5 years though. Look at God. I know when I started my business, I said in 5 years, I want to be able to actually work for myself full time. And last year was 5 years and some change when I quit. But yeah, I'm just realizing that in real time. Um, but yeah, I wanted to quit on my own terms. I don't think I would have ever walked away from those two incomes though. So I do think that everything happens for a reason. But leaving on my own terms would have looked like, I don't know, a plan, a certain number of clients. But I had never gotten to that point to really plan it out. I was just enjoying the lifestyle of having the 9 to 5 and having the business that had grown to what it did. So it didn't happen on my terms, but like I discovered as we're talking that it happened when it was supposed to. The original plan I had for myself, it worked out for me. When I started the business, I guess this is more so advice if I'm qualified to give advice. um, when you start a business, like you'll have people's opinion, and then you'll have all these things that could potentially be holding you back, like mindset. But not everything has to be perfect when you start a business. So that is something that I learned. When I got started, I wanted to have a perfect website, perfect business cards that I had at that time. I wanted to have perfect marketing set up. But what I have learned that is that people choose you for you. So you don't have to have everything figured out. So that allowed me, as I was growing too, to just be myself. And I've learned that clients choose me because when they get on the call with me or see the online presence that I have, they enjoy or see something in me and they want to work with that person. And then sometimes just getting on the discovery call is just, you know, something that has to be done to finalize things. But what I've learned is that everything doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to press go and stop making excuses in your head. And I have a lot of ideas and business ideas that come in my head. And even with social media, I had all of these thoughts in my head when I first started of, how I would look, people's opinions. But I decided to do what I did when I started my business and just go for it and get out of my head. Another thing is I'm sorry, confidence. Um, I've learned that in order to thrive, that you have to be confident in yourself. I've dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome, and I ask myself a lot, why me? And so that's what I'm saying as far as building a confidence. Why can't it be me? I'm still dealing with that to this day. I can have a call tomorrow, and if they choose to move forward, I'm like, wow, I still have those wow, why me moments. But I have built a lot of confidence in myself. The ups and downs and the trials and tribulations that you deal with clients has allowed me to speak and stand up for myself and let it be known that this is a two-way situation. Like, this is a partnership. This is not all about you. And then if you stop leading with the money too, that helps. It's not all about the money all the time. It kind of helps you stay confident in who you are and be more selective in the clients that you take. I had a client, well, I've had two problem clients so far, but I know for one in particular, it was a lady. I really felt like she didn't respect me. When we first had our discovery call, I wondered sometimes not sometimes, when I spoke with her, I kind of wondered why she wanted to work with me. And it wasn't as part of the imposter syndrome, it was just something about her story. But I continued to move forward. But as we continued to work together, more and more she showed me more and more that she didn't respect me, and it would just show. And because at that time I just wanted the client, I wanted the money, I dealt with it. But I think that is when I truly got in the mindset of I'm going to build a business on my terms. And I really truly stood by that, and I stopped accepting clients after that based on the money. So it was based on a mutual benefit. Like, you're good for me, I'm good for you, and not just me chasing the money. But yeah, so that's part of the confidence. I was able to just develop a confidence about myself that I feel like shows throughout my life, even with how I show up on social media. I think a part of that too is just getting out of your comfort zone, being seen, and having to practice, different areas of operating business as far as how you talk, how you present yourself, patience, understanding, customer service, all of those things. I'm still working on the customer service piece. I think that I need a lot of help in that. I think I do a good job though. Also being a leader too. I'm working on that. That's one of those things I'm still working on, being a good leader. Like I said in the beginning of this live, like when I started my job, when I started the business, the first thing wasn't to um, quit my 9 to 5 and go full time. It was just a long term plan. But what I've learned now, 6 years later, is that freedom, like the type of freedom that I have, it doesn't happen overnight. I had to go through a lot of trials to get to where I'm at. Um, Taking on lower paying clients just to get the experience, taking on a couple free clients to get the experience. I've learned that people they want to see you online. They would like want to see that you're real. And they also just want to see that they're working with someone that actually has the experience. And the only way that you can really prove that, if they can't walk into an office, is to show like a testimony for someone. So I learned to, like in the beginning, to give up my services for free or lowball it just so I can get my foot in the door to prove like to new prospects like, hey, I've done this before. Here's what they had to say about it, so you can kind of trust me. So I learned that freedom over time is just one of those things like you know you want it and you can taste it, but it just takes time and action and a plan. And like I said from the beginning, I didn't really have a plan. I was just like winging it. But I think everything happens for a reason, and the way the things played out and the way things grew I wouldn't even say I grew quickly. I mean, from the beginning, my business did well, but it wasn't well enough to quit a job. But I think the steps and the trials that I went through, it was needed to get me to the point to be able to sustain myself when I actually quit. Um, I think if I'm qualified to give advice, um, I feel like everyone should create something of their own so that you can have options. Like your goal may not always be to quit a job one day and work full time for yourself, but just to have some extra money because that's what I wanted at first. My goal at first was to make $1,000 to pay my student loans. And then when I hit that goal, I'm like, oh wow, this can really be something. And then that's when I really started thinking about I wonder one day, can I quit a job? But creating something of your own, even like social media, can be an opportunity to create something so that you can one day work for yourself. Let's see. I am new to this comments thing. See how to pull it up. It went away. I can't see it. Maybe right here. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm sorry. I'll reply to it after the live. If you write it again, I should be able to read it quickly. But yeah, having options so that you can one day do something or have that what they call it FU money where you build something of your on your own, build it up to be something one day you can walk away from something that's stressing you out, and that's exactly what I did. Um yeah, 6 years. I'm celebrating 6 years. I'm excited. I can't believe it. I was talking to someone the other day about how I should celebrate this because pretty much it's been 6 months of me being self-employed, that I should celebrate as much as possible being at a spot to be self-employed and being able to, sustain and contribute to my family. It's a big deal. I'm learning it's a big deal. And I hope that I never have to work on anyone's job. That is my goal for now. Keeping myself active as far as keeping my face out there, marketing, things like that. Um, Continuing to focus on my clients and their experience so they will continue to refer me. Um, yeah, I don't want to start rambling. I know I can do that sometimes, but that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, the things that I've learned. This journey wasn't easy. Why I'm here today, 6 months self-employed, wasn't the way it didn't work out the way I wanted to, but like I said at the beginning of this live, it happened the way it was supposed to. Because I don't think I would have ever gave up both incomes, and I kind of emotionally had to force myself out of it. But I have some questions that I want to ask you all that you can kind of drop in the comments after this live or on this live if you're here. Have you ever wanted to start something and not knowing where to begin? I would love to hear about that. Are you building something on the side? I just spoke about that. Like having options is always good so that you can have potentially the opportunity to walk away from something that's not benefiting you, or having something so that you can pay a little extra on this or that. If that's you are, I want to hear from you. Um, Also, what do you feel like you are becoming lately? Because part of this channel, excuse me, is to document like who I'm becoming after, the sadness that I experience, the drama that I experienced from leaving my 9 to 5, and just the woman that I'm becoming. I think the what I've experienced in my previous job really took a toll on me, and it changed me a lot, which is really surprising that a job can have that much effect on you. I read somewhere that burnout takes about 3 to 5 years to get over, and I'm a long way from there. So hopefully I can expedite that by continuing to have this platform to like share my experiences with other, and of course therapy, and taking time for myself. But yeah, what do you feel like you're becoming lately? I feel like I am becoming the woman that I'm supposed to be, as cliche as that may sound. I think for a lot of years, I didn't know who I was because I masked for so long, just trying to fit into the mold of what I thought people wanted me to be. So I realize I am becoming way more confident. I speak up more. I present myself the way I want to. I feel like lately I've been an overdresser and I love it. Um, I put on the face when what I mean by face is makeup. I put on a little makeup every day. I feel like that's something I got from my mom just to like show up as my best self. And so that's something that I'm always trying to do no matter where I'm going. I used to didn't care about that at all. But I think it's the confidence that I'm building in myself through these things that I'm going through in life is making me want to show up that way. So yeah, I am becoming a bold, um, beautiful, ambitious woman, and I am proud of me. And I look forward to see where I am another 6 months from now. It's been 6 months since I quit, so another 6 months from now, and then also another when I hit 7 years of having my business. So I think that's all I have. I'm grateful from where I started. I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful that I get to share these experiences and life lessons with y'all. But like I said, I would love to hear from you if you rewatch this and hear the questions I asked. I would love to hear from y'all. If you have any questions for me, I would love to answer. Talk to you all later. Bye.